Have you ever stopped to wonder if you're truly getting the most out of the eggs you eat? Eggs are one of nature's most perfect foods, packed with protein, essential vitamins, and healthy fats. But what if the way you store, cook, or even crack them is robbing you of their full benefits? Or worse, turning them into an unhealthy meal? This video is for anyone who loves eggs or has them as a staple in their diet. By the end, you'll uncover the hidden secrets behind making your eggs not just tastier, but healthier too. You'll learn how to avoid the common pitfalls that could be silently sabotaging your nutrition. Think about it. Are you frying your eggs with too much oil? Overcooking them until they're rubbery and dull? Or maybe you're throwing away the most nutritious part of the egg. These mistakes are more common than you think, but the good news is they're easy to fix. Stick around as we reveal the 8 biggest egg mistakes people make, and more importantly, how to avoid them. We'll show you how to enhance the flavor, maximize the nutritional value, and make every bite of your eggs count. Plus, you'll discover why the way you store your eggs, the oils you cook with, and even the method you use to crack them can make a big difference in your meals and your health. So, if you care about making smarter choices in the kitchen, improving your health, and enjoying eggs to their fullest potential, this video is a must-watch. Let's dive in and crack the code on how to get the most out of this incredible superfood. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. The importance of eggs. Eggs are often referred to as nature's perfect food, and for good reason. In their humble shell lies a treasure trove of essential nutrients, making them one of the most complete and nourishing foods available to us. When I think about it, it's almost magical how much this simple food provides in such a small, affordable, and versatile package. Just consider this. 1 egg is packed with high-quality protein that helps rebuild and repair our muscles, essential vitamins like A, D, and B12 that are critical for our immune system and energy, and healthy fats that nourish both our bodies and minds. It's incredible how much power is packed into something so small. But eggs are more than just a nutritional powerhouse. They represent accessibility, something so simple, yet so profound. No matter where you are in the world, you're likely to find eggs on the menu. From a delicate, golden Spanish tortilla to a humble, perfectly hard-boiled egg that's the epitome of simplicity, eggs bring comfort and nourishment to people in every corner of the globe. They're a constant presence in kitchens everywhere, serving as a go-to ingredient in countless dishes. It's almost as if eggs are a universal symbol of home, health, and warmth. Yet, despite their many virtues, eggs are often misunderstood. So many people avoid them due to misconceptions about cholesterol, or they may simply not know how to make the most out of them. It breaks my heart when I see people dismissing such a valuable food source without fully understanding its incredible benefits. Think about the times when people have said, "Oh, I can't eat eggs because they raise cholesterol levels." But that's just a myth. Sure, some people might need to be cautious about their egg intake, but for most of us, eggs are a friend to our hearts, not an enemy. There's also the issue of how eggs are prepared. Have you ever stopped to wonder if frying eggs in unhealthy oils or overcooking them to the point of drying them out could be stripping away some of their goodness? It's a simple mistake many of us make, not realizing that how we handle our food can sometimes diminish its value. I think that's the key, learning how to store, cook, and prepare eggs in the most nourishing way possible. It's about making small, mindful adjustments that allow us to savor all the goodness eggs have to offer, while still keeping them flavorful and safe to eat. So, let's take a moment to explore how we can maximize the potential of this superfood. Together, we'll uncover the 8 most common mistakes people make with eggs, and more importantly, we'll learn how to avoid them. Trust me, once you crack the code on eggs, you'll not only be nourishing your body, but you'll also be treating yourself to the simple joy of truly appreciating one of nature's finest gifts. It's time to embrace eggs for all that they are, a nutritious, accessible, and downright delicious part of life. Let's dive in, and let the journey to egg perfection begin. 2. The 8 biggest mistakes. Mistake 1. Using too much oil when frying eggs. Frying eggs is a beloved method of cooking for so many of us. There's something comforting about the sound of eggs sizzling in the pan, the way the edges crisp up to golden perfection, and that unmistakable aroma that fills the kitchen, inviting everyone to gather around. It's a simple joy that connects us to the very essence of home-cooked meals. But here's the thing, despite the sensory pleasure of frying eggs, many of us make a common, yet often overlooked mistake: using too much oil. It's a mistake that might seem harmless at first, but the truth is, it can have a significant impact on both the flavor and the healthiness of your meal. Picture this. You pour oil into the pan with the good intention of creating that crispy, satisfying texture. The egg slides in, the sizzle is music to your ears, and it all seems so perfect. However, when you add too much oil, something changes. The egg, which is already packed with natural goodness, gets drowned in oil, masking its true flavor. It's like wearing a stunning dress and covering it with a layer of unnecessary accessories. The egg's delicate taste is drowned by the excess oil, and that is something we shouldn't sacrifice. You're not just adding extra fat and calories that your body doesn't need. You're taking away the joy of tasting the true essence of that egg. Worse still, the oil, especially if it's overheated, can release harmful compounds that aren't just bad for your waistline. They can impact your long-term health, slowly, almost imperceptibly. It doesn't have to be this way, though. There's a beautiful solution to this small yet impactful mistake. If you want to preserve the richness of the egg while keeping it healthier, consider using a lighter cooking method like poaching or boiling. These methods don't require any oil at all, allowing the egg's natural flavors to take center stage without the distraction of extra fat. But if you still crave the crispiness that comes from frying, there's no need to give up on it entirely. Simply use a small amount of a more stable oil. Think olive oil or avocado oil. These oils are not only better for your health, but also more resistant to high heat, reducing the risk of harmful compounds being released into your food. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. By cutting back on oil, you're not just making a healthier choice, you're honoring the egg itself. You're giving it the space to shine in all its pure, unadulterated glory. After all, the egg should be the star of the show, not overshadowed by an unnecessary excess of oil. So, the next time you fry an egg, remember to keep it light, both for your health and for the simple pleasure of savoring that true, delicious flavor. It's a small change that makes a world of difference. Mistake 2. Overcooking eggs. We all know that cooking eggs seems like a simple task, right? It's one of those things we do almost every day without thinking twice. But here's the truth. One of the most commonly overlooked mistakes is overcooking them, and it's so easy to do. Eggs, though humble, are delicate little wonders. Their proteins are incredibly sensitive to temperature. When we subject them to too much heat for too long, something magical, and not in a good way, happens. The proteins in the egg start to break down, and that beautiful, creamy texture we crave is lost forever. The worst part? Some of their precious nutrients are destroyed in the process. Have you ever boiled eggs for what seems like an eternity, only to discover that ugly greenish ring around the yolk? Oh, how disappointing it is. That unappetizing discoloration is a telltale sign that the eggs have been overcooked. What happens is that the sulfur and iron compounds in the egg react when exposed to too much heat, which not only changes the egg's appearance but also reduces its nutritional value. And don't even get me started on how overcooking makes the texture so off-putting. The proteins turn rubbery and tough, making the egg feel like a chore to chew. It becomes harder to digest and certainly harder to enjoy. So, how can you avoid this heartbreaking mistake? The key is all about controlling the heat. It's a small change, but it makes a world of difference. For boiled eggs, set your timer and aim for 6 to 7 minutes if you want that soft, luscious yolk. For a firmer yolk, give it 9 to 12 minutes, but no longer. For scrambled or fried eggs, medium heat is your best friend. The magic lies in cooking eggs gently, with love and care, at lower temperatures. This not only preserves their delicate texture, but also makes sure you're savoring all those healthy nutrients they have to offer. When done right, eggs should be tender, flavorful, and bursting with goodness, not rubbery or overcooked. By paying attention to the cooking process, you're not just perfecting their taste, but ensuring that every bite is packed with the health benefits that make them such a powerhouse of nutrition. So, take the time to get it right. Your body will thank you. Mistake 3. Cooking with old eggs. Eggs are undeniably one of the most versatile and indispensable ingredients in our kitchens. They're affordable, nutritious, and have a relatively long shelf life, making them a go-to in so many of our favorite recipes. However, even though they can last for weeks, it's important to remember that they don't stay fresh forever. Cooking with old eggs is a mistake that many of us make, often unknowingly, and it can significantly impact both the flavor and safety of our meals. Fresh eggs are not only tastier, but they also carry less risk of harboring harmful bacteria. As eggs age, the delicate proteins inside begin to break down, and the shells gradually lose moisture. This process might seem slow, but over time, it leads to eggs with thinner, runnier whites and yolks that lack their usual rich consistency. When you cook with eggs that are too old, it's not just about the taste, it's about your health too. While an egg might look fine on the outside, its quality deteriorates over time, and using them in delicate dishes like omelets, scrambled eggs, or poached eggs can result in a bland, unappealing meal. I've personally experienced the disappointment of cracking an egg into a pan, only to be greeted by a disappointing, watery mess instead of the rich texture I was hoping for. It's a small thing, but it's one of those details that can make a world of difference, especially when you're expecting a comforting, satisfying meal. So, how can you ensure you're using fresh eggs? It's incredibly simple, and I truly believe it's worth the small extra effort. Take a bowl, fill it with water, and gently place your eggs inside. Fresh eggs will sink straight to the bottom and lie flat, a reassuring sign that they're still good to go. If the egg stands upright but doesn't float, it's still safe to use, though it's best reserved for things like baking, where texture and flavor don't need to be perfect. If an egg floats, though, that's your cue to throw it out. It's not worth the risk, and your body deserves better than that. There's something so satisfying about knowing that you're using the best ingredients available, and taking a few seconds to check the freshness of your eggs is one small act of care that will elevate your cooking. Whether you're whipping up a quick breakfast or preparing a more intricate dish, fresh eggs are an essential part of ensuring the meal tastes as good as it can. The simple act of checking them beforehand can save you from disappointment, improve your meals, and, more importantly, keep you and your loved ones safe. By paying attention to the freshness of your eggs, you're not only preserving the taste and texture of your cooking, but also respecting your health and the joy that comes with creating delicious, wholesome food. Mistake 4. Storing eggs incorrectly. Eggs are such a staple in our lives. Yet one of the most overlooked aspects of preparing them is how we store them. Proper egg storage is essential for maintaining their freshness, ensuring they retain that rich flavor, and most importantly, keeping them safe to eat. Unfortunately, it's easy to fall into bad habits, often without even realizing it. The way we store eggs can vary significantly depending on where we live, and knowing the best practices is so much more important than most people think. In the United States, for example, eggs are washed before they hit store shelves, a process that strips away their natural protective coating. This leaves the eggs more vulnerable to bacteria like salmonella, which can easily slip through their porous shells. As a result, refrigeration becomes necessary to keep them safe. It's not just a preference, but a health essential. However, in many parts of the world, eggs aren't washed, and as a result, they can be stored at room temperature without the same risk. These differences highlight the complexity of egg storage, and it's clear that understanding how eggs are treated before we get them is just as crucial as the actual storing process. The key here is consistency. We all know how frustrating it can be to find our eggs, or any other food, with a changed texture or taste. That's because fluctuating temperatures can cause condensation on the eggshell, which creates the perfect breeding ground for harmful bacteria. It's a simple, yet powerful point that can make all the difference. In my experience, I've found that the most reliable way to store eggs is to keep them in their original carton, safely tucked in the fridge. Not only does the carton protect them from absorbing strong odors, but it also provides a buffer against any temperature extremes, which can easily compromise the eggs. Eggs are so delicate in that way. Their porous shells seem almost designed to absorb the essence of their surroundings, which is why this step is so important. I also recommend avoiding storing eggs in the fridge door. Yes, it's convenient, but that door is the warmest spot in the fridge due to constant opening and closing. The best place to store them is on a middle or lower shelf, where the temperature is more stable. If, however, you live in a place where room temperature storage is more common, that's perfectly fine as long as the eggs are stored in a cool, dry place, completely shielded from sunlight. Ultimately, storing eggs correctly is about more than just avoiding a health risk. It's about preserving that fresh, creamy texture that makes each bite feel like a true treat. It's about honoring the effort that goes into producing that simple yet vital food. So, by following these straightforward guidelines, you're not only ensuring safer eggs, but you're also making sure every meal you cook tastes as delicious as it should. I can't emphasize enough how these little actions add up to a big difference in the quality of your food and the joy you get from it. Mistake 5. Mishandling eggshells. Eggshells may seem harmless, but they can pose a significant threat to the safety of your cooking if not handled with care. Many people overlook the potential risks that these fragile, often disregarded parts of an egg can bring. The outer shell, though seemingly innocuous, can harbor harmful bacteria, including dangerous strains of salmonella. If eggshells are mishandled, these bacteria can easily transfer either into the egg's interior or onto your cooking surfaces, where they can contaminate everything they touch. This risk is not just theoretical. It can lead to serious foodborne illnesses that are avoidable with a little extra caution. One of the most common mistakes made in the kitchen is cracking an egg on the edge of a bowl. While it may feel like the easiest and most efficient way to crack an egg, this method is a breeding ground for contamination. When you crack an egg on the edge of a bowl, the pressure causes pieces of the eggshell to break off and often fall into the egg, contaminating the raw egg white with potential bacteria. Even worse, the bacteria from the shell can easily make its way into the bowl, contaminating your cooking utensils and other ingredients. It's so easy to slip into this habit, but the consequences can be far-reaching and concerning. Another risky practice many people unknowingly perform is separating the yolk from the white by passing it back and forth between the two halves of the eggshell. This might seem like a harmless and quick way to separate the two, but in reality, it introduces another layer of contamination. The eggshells, once cracked, are essentially carrying all of the germs and bacteria from the outer surface, which can easily transfer to the yolk or the whites. It's a dangerous habit that can put you and your family at risk for food poisoning without even realizing it. So, what's the safer approach? First and foremost, crack eggs on a clean, flat surface instead of the edge of a bowl. The difference may seem small, but it significantly reduces the chances of pushing bacteria into the egg. A flat surface ensures that the shell breaks more evenly and without fragments falling into the egg. To separate yolks from whites, you can use clean hands or an egg separator tool. These tools are designed specifically to handle the yolk gently, without involving the eggshell at all, keeping your food safer from contamination. And above all, always wash your hands thoroughly after handling raw eggs or their shells. It's a simple practice, but it's so easy to forget, and it can be the difference between a safe meal and a potential disaster. Eggshell safety might seem like an insignificant detail in the grand scheme of cooking, but it truly makes a difference. The care we take with even the smallest aspects of food preparation speaks volumes about the quality of the meals we prepare. By making these slight adjustments, you're not just ensuring a cleaner kitchen, you're protecting the health and well-being of yourself and your loved ones. These seemingly small efforts can go a long way in preventing unnecessary risks and ensuring that every meal you make is both delicious and safe. It's all about the choices we make, no matter how minor they might appear. When you take the time to handle eggs properly, you're showing that you care about the food, about the process, and most importantly, about the people you're feeding. Mistake 6. Throwing away the yolk. For far too long, egg yolks have been unfairly branded as the villain in our diets, with many of us casting them aside to make a healthier choice. The culprit? Cholesterol. We've all heard the warnings: eat the egg whites, avoid the yolk. It's a mindset ingrained in us over the years. But what if I told you that by tossing away the yolk, you're not only denying yourself an essential part of the egg, but you're also depriving your body of a wealth of nutrients? The truth is, the yolk is not the enemy. It's packed with so much goodness that it should be celebrated, not discarded. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The yolk is like a treasure chest of nutrients, brimming with essential vitamins like A, D, and B12, each vital for different aspects of our health. These are the nutrients that support our brain, our vision, and our vitality. Think about it. The yolk contains nearly all the vitamins and minerals of the entire egg, along with half of the protein. Why throw that away? For me, it feels almost like we're wasting something precious, something nature intended for us to consume, something that fuels our bodies in ways we often overlook. Now, what about cholesterol? It's been drummed into us that cholesterol is the bad guy, especially the kind found in egg yolks. But here's where we need to rethink things. Research has shown that, for most people, the cholesterol we consume doesn't have the significant impact on our blood cholesterol levels that we once thought. The healthy fats in the yolk can help balance your diet, providing the kind of long-lasting energy we need. It's a sobering thought that so many of us have been avoiding something so nutrient-dense, all because we misunderstood its role in our diets. When it comes to a balanced approach, I truly believe there's a middle ground that allows us to enjoy the best of both worlds. If you're conscious of calorie intake, consider using 1 whole egg and adding extra egg whites. This way, you get all the benefits of the yolk without the calorie overload. It's a simple, mindful compromise that lets you savor the richness of the yolk while staying on track with your health goals. But please, don't fear the yolk. It's not just a colorful, flavor-packed orb sitting in the center of your eggs. It's a nutritional powerhouse. When you choose to keep the yolk, you're not just adding flavor and creaminess to your meal, you're giving your body a surge of nutrients that it craves. By honoring the yolk, you're choosing to nourish yourself in ways that go beyond just avoiding what we've been conditioned to fear. And in the end, isn't that what healthy living is all about? Embracing the whole, real food, in all its richness and goodness. Mistake 7. Using cracked eggs. Cracked eggs might seem like a trivial issue, something you might overlook in the hustle of your daily routine, but they hide a real danger that could easily slip under the radar. Even the tiniest crack in an egg shell can create an entry point for harmful bacteria like Salmonella, which poses serious health risks. It's easy to assume that a little crack doesn't mean much, but the truth is, when bacteria infiltrate, they can thrive and multiply, especially if the eggs aren't cooked properly. The consequences can be more severe than you realize, ranging from uncomfortable stomach ailments to something far worse. We've all been there, standing in the grocery store, making our way through the egg aisle, or perhaps loading up our cart with essentials, only to miss the faintest crack in the egg carton. Sometimes, cracks happen when we're on our way home, that small jolt in the car or an accidental bump causing the fragile shell to break. We might feel rushed, tired, or simply assume that it's fine, but this is when we need to be extra cautious. What do we do in these moments? How do we ensure we're still making safe choices? From my personal experience, I've learned that handling eggs with care is far more important than I once thought. The first thing I always do before purchasing eggs is to take a moment to check each one. It's a simple habit, but so crucial. I've stopped buying cartons with even the smallest crack because I know how easily bacteria can slip in, and it's not worth the risk. If you're ever in a situation where an egg cracks during transport, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. There's still a way to make use of it safely. Crack it open into a clean container, cover it tightly, and store it in the fridge. But remember, time is not on your side here. Use it within 2 days, and make sure it's fully cooked. Think scrambled eggs, baking, or cooking that egg all the way through. But here's where it gets serious. Don't even think about using cracked eggs in raw or lightly cooked dishes, like homemade mayonnaise or poached eggs. In these cases, bacteria have the opportunity to stay alive and multiply, and that's a risk you don't want to take. The reality is that by being mindful and practicing this simple habit, you're not just preventing a potential disaster, you're giving your meals the care and safety they deserve. You're protecting yourself, your family, and your loved ones from the unseen dangers that cracked eggs can harbor. It's a small step, but one that can have a big impact on the safety and enjoyment of your meals. So next time you pick up a carton of eggs, pause, inspect, and make sure you're making the right choice. It's a habit that can make all the difference. Mistake 8. Eating raw or undercooked eggs. It might seem like a small indulgence, a quick and seemingly innocent choice to eat raw or undercooked eggs. But I believe it's one of those risks that we tend to brush aside without fully considering the consequences. Raw eggs have long been associated with the fitness world, with some fitness enthusiasts swearing by their natural protein content. They're even a key ingredient in beloved dishes like Caesar dressing, homemade mousse, and many other recipes that seem to require that rich, silky texture. But, as much as we want to believe that these raw eggs are harmless, the truth is, they pose a significant health gamble. The risk is far too real, and it's a risk that I don't think we should ever take lightly. The danger lies in a bacteria called salmonella. It might not always cross our minds, but the reality is that salmonella can lead to serious, even debilitating, foodborne illnesses. The symptoms are no joke: diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps, and in some cases, it can even lead to long-term health issues. While the risk of encountering contaminated eggs might seem low, about 1 in 20,000 eggs in the US are infected. Why take that chance? Is it worth it for the fleeting pleasure of consuming something raw, knowing that even a small risk could bring about discomfort and suffering? Why cooked eggs are better? Cooking eggs is, without a doubt, the smarter choice. When you cook eggs, you're effectively eliminating any harmful bacteria that could be lurking inside. No risks, no worries. But beyond just making eggs safer, cooking them makes the nutritional benefits more accessible to your body. It's fascinating how our bodies absorb protein more efficiently from cooked eggs. That means that not only are you protecting your health by cooking eggs, but you're also maximizing the benefits you're getting from them. Why would anyone willingly settle for less when there's a safer, more beneficial option available? How to reduce risks with raw eggs. If for some reason raw eggs are a necessity in your recipe, there is a solution. You can use pasteurized eggs, which have been heat-treated to eliminate harmful bacteria while keeping the egg's texture and flavor intact. It's the perfect compromise for anyone who still craves that raw egg experience. But if pasteurized eggs aren't readily available, I truly believe the best course of action is to just avoid raw eggs altogether. It's always better to err on the side of caution. After all, eggs, whether cooked or raw, offer incredible nutritional value, and there's no reason to risk your health when you can still enjoy them safely and fully. Ultimately, it's about making an informed, thoughtful choice that prioritizes your well-being. Yes, eggs are an incredible source of protein and nutrition, but there's no need to compromise your health for something as fleeting as a raw egg. Take the safer path, cook those eggs, and savor the full benefits without the fear of any harmful risks. 3. How to enjoy eggs the right way. Now that you're aware of the 8 common mistakes to avoid, It's time to dive into how you can truly savor eggs in the healthiest and most delightful ways. Eggs, with their incredible versatility and rich nutritional profile, are truly a gift to the body. However, the way we cook and prepare them can make all the difference between a nutritious meal and one that doesn't do our health any favors. With just a few thoughtful tweaks to how we approach eggs, you can unlock their full potential and indulge in their flavor and benefits without any guilt. I believe there's something magical about eggs. They're simple yet profound in their ability to fuel our bodies and provide us with essential nutrients. Whether scrambled, poached, or boiled, eggs offer a canvas for endless creativity in the kitchen. The key lies in how we prepare them, using the right oils, controlling the heat, and being mindful of any additional ingredients that might diminish their health benefits. For me, it's not just about health. It's about truly enjoying the process of making something that nourishes both body and soul. Eggs don't have to be bland. When you take the time to cook them thoughtfully, they can become a comfort, a burst of warmth on a cold morning, or a quick and satisfying meal after a busy day. The way you enjoy your eggs can set the tone for your day, reminding you that even the smallest choices in what you eat can have a significant impact on how you feel, both physically and emotionally. Tip 1. Choose low-calorie cooking methods. When it comes to maintaining a healthy lifestyle, especially if you're conscious of your calorie intake, choosing the right cooking methods can make all the difference. Cooking eggs without adding extra fats is not only a smart choice but also a delicious one. Opting for poaching or boiling your eggs allows you to enjoy their rich, natural flavor while keeping the calorie count low. The beauty of these methods is that they require no oils or butter, which means you're not adding unnecessary fats to your meal. I've found that there's something truly satisfying about a perfectly poached egg. The way the whites are firm yet tender, and the yolk remains soft and golden, ready to melt into the dish. It's a subtle yet powerful reminder that simplicity often leads to the most satisfying flavors. Poached or boiled eggs are not just healthy choices. They are a symbol of balance and mindfulness in our meals. Take, for instance, a perfectly poached egg sitting atop a slice of whole grain toast. The combination is magical. The crunchiness of the toast paired with the creamy richness of the egg creates an utterly satisfying texture contrast. It's a meal that doesn't weigh you down but still leaves you feeling nourished and content. Perfect for a quick and easy breakfast that supports both your health and your taste buds. What I love most about this approach is that you don't have to sacrifice flavor for health. It's all about appreciating the natural taste and letting it shine. Tip 2. Use high-stability oils for frying. If you love the golden, crispy edges that only frying can give your eggs, it's important to choose the right kind of oil for the job. The oil you use can make all the difference, not just in taste, but in your overall health. To ensure that your eggs are cooked to perfection without sacrificing nutritional value, opt for oils that are stable at high temperatures. Avocado oil and sunflower oil are exceptional choices. These oils are rich in healthy fats and are highly resistant to oxidation, meaning they stay intact when exposed to heat, preserving the nutrients without producing harmful compounds. I find that avocado oil gives a rich, buttery flavor to fried eggs that is unmatched. However, if you're someone who prefers the distinct taste of olive oil or coconut oil, be mindful of their smoke points. These oils are wonderfully flavorful, but they can break down and form harmful substances if the temperature gets too high. To avoid this, simply keep your cooking temperature below their smoke points, around 375 degrees Fahrenheit for olive oil and 350 degrees Fahrenheit for coconut oil, and you'll be able to enjoy their health benefits without compromising on safety. A light coat of oil is all you need to ensure that your eggs don't stick to the pan while keeping their nutritional benefits intact. Sometimes, it's the little choices we make in the kitchen, like selecting the right oil, that truly impact our long-term health. These small decisions reflect a deeper respect for our bodies, giving us the freedom to indulge in simple pleasures like a perfectly fried egg, without guilt or harm. Cooking this way feels like a form of self-care, nourishing both body and soul. Tip 3. Pair eggs with vegetables. One of the simplest and most rewarding ways to boost the nutritional value of your meals is by pairing eggs with vegetables. Eggs, in their comforting simplicity, have a unique ability to complement a variety of vegetables, transforming them into a powerhouse of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Whether you're preparing a vibrant omelet or a satisfying scramble, adding ingredients like fresh spinach, juicy tomatoes, crunchy bell peppers, or earthy mushrooms doesn't just elevate the taste, it enhances your health. I find that incorporating vegetables into my eggs not only makes the meal more colorful and appealing, but also creates a sense of balance that nourishes both my body and soul. And let's not forget how effortless this can be. If you're running low on time, there's no need for complicated prep. A quick side salad filled with greens, perhaps some avocado or a sprinkle of your favorite seeds, can accompany your eggs in a matter of minutes. The contrast of textures, the creamy richness of eggs with the crisp freshness of vegetables, is something I've come to look forward to in my day. This pairing is more than just a meal. It's a simple act of self-care, a nourishing moment that helps me feel grounded and energized. So, why not indulge in this easy, nutrient-packed duo? It's a delicious way to treat your body right and enjoy every bite. Tip 4. Select the healthiest eggs. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When it comes to eggs, the quality truly matters. The eggs you choose can significantly impact your health, and while it may be tempting to go for the cheapest option, it's worth considering the long-term benefits of selecting the healthiest eggs available. Organic and pasture-raised eggs, though a bit pricier, are packed with more nutrition than conventionally produced eggs. There's something deeply rewarding about knowing that the eggs you're consuming come from chickens raised with care, roaming freely on pastures, and living a life that aligns with nature's rhythms. Research has shown that eggs from pasture-raised chickens are often higher in omega-3 fatty acids and essential vitamins, which are critical for maintaining a healthy heart and brain function. So, while the cost might make you hesitate, investing in these eggs is a choice that not only nourishes your body but also supports ethical farming practices that benefit the environment. But I understand, budget is a real consideration for most of us. That's why it's important to make a decision that fits within your means. Even regular eggs, the ones that come from more conventional sources, still provide a solid source of protein and essential nutrients that our bodies need to thrive. So, don't feel discouraged if organic or pasture-raised eggs aren't an option for you right now. The key is choosing the best eggs you can afford, knowing that you're still making a healthy choice for yourself. When you take these simple steps, choosing eggs that are as nutritious as possible, considering your budget, and focusing on quality, you're doing so much more than just putting food on the table. You're showing yourself love, care, and respect for the choices that impact your well-being. Eggs are a beautiful, versatile food, and when we embrace the highest quality options available, we give ourselves the gift of truly nourishing our bodies. Now, think about how these small adjustments can have an even greater impact in the long run. Whether you're whipping up a light breakfast or preparing an elaborate meal, using eggs in the healthiest way possible helps elevate both the taste and the nutritional value of your dishes. Eggs have so much to offer, so let's not let simple mistakes stand in the way of unlocking their full potential. Overcooking them, using old or cracked eggs, mishandling their delicate shells, or skipping the yolk can prevent us from reaping all the benefits they provide. But with a little extra thought, we can make each bite count. Every change we make today, no matter how small, creates the foundation for a healthier tomorrow. Eggs may seem simple, but they hold so much more potential than we realize. Let's embrace this superfood with open arms, savor its richness, and make every meal a celebration of life's little joys. Whether it's poaching them for a low-calorie meal, pairing them with fresh vegetables to boost your nutrient intake, or choosing high-quality eggs that provide the most flavor and nutrition, these minor shifts can make a monumental difference in how we feel. The next time you reach for eggs, remember these tips. Not only will you enjoy the taste, but you'll also nourish your body in ways that will pay off for years to come. As we wrap up, I hope you've gained some valuable insights into how to make the most of this versatile superfood, eggs. From choosing the healthiest options to making simple changes in how you cook and handle them, these tips can make a big difference in both your health and the flavor of your meals. So, what have you learned so far? What's one thing you're excited to put into practice in your own life? I'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments below what stood out to you the most, and how you plan to make eggs a healthier part of your diet. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your comment below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable tips and insights. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.